Déjà vu. Ever get that strange feeling that you've been here before, even though you haven't? Maybe it's the way someone laughs or how the room is lit, and suddenly your brain says, "Hey, we've done this." That's déjà vu, your mind replaying a scene it never actually recorded. Passing tip of the tongue. You know the word. It's right there. But your brain just won't hand it over. You can almost taste it. You know it starts with a P or maybe an S, but nope, it hides. That's the tip of the tongue phenomenon, when your brain stores the meaning but struggles to retrieve the exact sound. Brain fog. Does your brain ever feel like a slow, freezing laptop? That's brain fog, when you're staring at your work, but nothing seems to click. It can strike when you're tired, stressed, or simply not feeling your best, making even simple tasks feel harder than they should. In March 2024, about 17 million adults in the U.S. reported having long COVID, and many of them experienced poor memory or brain fog. It's a clear example of how the brain can glitch, making everyday thinking and focus far more challenging than normal. False memories. What if some of your memories never actually happened? That unsettling feeling is the reality of false memories. When your brain confidently recalls events that never took place, or remembers them very differently from how they happened. For example, two people might witness the same car accident, but later describe completely different versions of what they saw, each convinced their memory is correct. Phantom phone vibrations. Did your phone just buzz? Or was your brain messing with you again? That strange sensation is called phantom phone vibration. It's when you feel your phone vibrating even though it hasn't. It often happens when you're anxious, expecting a message, or just so used to checking your phone that your brain creates the feeling on its own. Microsleeps. You think you're awake, but your brain secretly turned off for 3 seconds. That's a microsleep. It's when your brain slips into sleep without you realizing it. Shockingly, even a few seconds are enough to cause serious mistakes, and they're a major factor in thousands of road accidents every year. Pareidolia. Why do you see faces in clouds, buildings, or even your toast? This happens because of pareidolia. Your brain is naturally wired to look for patterns, especially faces, as a survival skill. Long ago, quickly spotting a face could mean the difference between safety and danger. Today, that same wiring makes you notice a smiling moon or a grumpy face in your coffee foam. Contagious yawning. Contagious yawning is a strange but common experience where just seeing or even thinking about someone yawning makes you yawn too. Scientists believe it's linked to empathy and social bonding, helping people connect and understand each other better. Doorway effect. You walk into a room and suddenly forget what you came for. What just happened? This is called the doorway effect. When you pass through a doorway, your brain treats it like a boundary and clears your short-term memory, making it harder to remember why you entered the room in the first place. It's a simple glitch in how our memory works. The good news is that when you go back to where you started, your brain often reloads the information, helping you remember what you had forgotten. Visual illusions. Your eyes see it clearly, your brain, not so much. Visual illusions trick your brain into seeing things that aren't really there or misinterpreting what your eyes are showing. A famous example is the Rubens vase, where you can see either a vase or two faces looking at each other, but not both at the same time. Confabulation. It's when your brain fills in memory gaps with fiction and you believe it. Whenever your brain can't remember something clearly, it creates false memories to fill in the blanks, often without you realizing it. Confabulation isn't lying. It's your brain's way of keeping your story complete, even if parts aren't true. Earworms. That annoying song stuck in your head? Your brain has hit replay on its own. Earworms happen when a catchy tune or phrase gets stuck in your mind and plays over and over without you wanting it to. Your brain loves patterns and repetition, so once a song hooks you, it can loop endlessly, sometimes driving you crazy, but also showing how powerful your memory can be. Time distortion. Remember how summer used to feel endless as a kid? What changed? That feeling is called time distortion. As we grow older, our perception of time speeds up because new experiences become fewer and less novel. When you were a kid, everything was new, so time felt slower. Now, routine and familiarity make time seem to fly by faster than before. Change blindness. You're looking straight at it and still completely miss what's changing. This is called change blindness. Even when something in your environment changes right before your eyes, your brain can fail to notice it if you aren't paying close attention. It shows how much our brains rely on focus and expectations, sometimes causing us to overlook obvious shifts happening around us. First impression bias. Your brain makes up its mind about someone in 7 seconds and sticks to it. This bias helps us make quick decisions, but can also lead to unfair assumptions or missed opportunities to understand people better. How to avoid it? Try to stay open-minded and give people a chance beyond your first impression. Remind yourself that everyone has many sides, and initial judgments might not tell the whole story. Taking time to learn more about someone can help you see them more clearly and fairly. Negativity, bias. Why does one mean comment hurt more than 10 compliments feel good? Your brain pays more attention to negative experiences because, from an evolutionary perspective, noticing threats helped humans survive. Negative events feel more powerful and stick with us longer than positive ones. That's why one harsh comment can overshadow many kind words. While this bias helped our ancestors stay safe, today it can make us focus too much on the bad and overlook the good. To balance it, try consciously focusing on positive moments and reminding yourself that not every negative thought deserves your full attention. Mirror neuron glitch. Ouch. Why does it hurt you when someone else stubs their toe? That's your mirror neurons at work. These special brain cells fire not only when you do something, but also when you watch someone else do it. Sometimes they cause you to physically feel or emotionally share what others experience, even pain. It's why seeing someone hurt can make you cringe or feel uncomfortable. While this helps us empathize and connect with others, sometimes those mirror neuron glitches make us feel others' pain almost as if it were our own. Autofill in conversations. Think you know what someone's about to say? Your brain loves to jump the gun. Your brain is always trying to predict what will happen next to make conversations faster and easier. Sometimes it guesses right, but other times it fills in missing information before the other person finishes speaking. This autofill can cause misunderstandings or make you interrupt as your brain rushes to keep up. To avoid this, focus on listening carefully and letting others finish before you respond. Cognitive dissonance. Why does it feel so uncomfortable when you act against your own beliefs? This happens because of cognitive dissonance, which is the mental discomfort you feel when your actions don't match your beliefs. To reduce this discomfort, your brain tries to change your thoughts or justify what you did. For example, if you care about the environment but drive a gas-guzzling car, you might tell yourself your impact is small, or that you need the car for practical reasons. Or if you believe in healthy eating but indulge in junk food, you might say it's just a rare treat. Apophenia. Keep seeing weird patterns or signs. Your brain loves making stuff up, and this is called apophenia. It happens because your brain is always trying to find meaning and order in the world, even when there isn't any. This skill helped early humans survive by quickly spotting dangers or opportunities. For example, you might notice the same number popping up everywhere and believe it's lucky, or think random events or secret messages meant just for you. While this pattern seeking helps us make sense of our environment, it can also trick us into seeing connections that aren't real. That's why sometimes coincidences seem too perfect to be just chance, even though they really are. Knowing about apophenia helps us stop and think before believing every pattern we see. It reminds us that our brains are strong but don't always tell the truth perfectly.